Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to operate an espresso machine. Let's get straight into it. So basically we've got a two-group machine here. So the groups are based on how many places the handles can go. So basically you can make up to 4 coffees at once. And we've got a hot water spout here, which is for the tea. Now I'll give you a quick introduction onto the buttons here. Now being a digital machine, this can be completely programmable. But the way it's programmed right now is this button here will do a single shot espresso. This will do a double, this will do 2 espressos, this button here just does continuous hot water, this one can be programmed to whatever you like, and that's for just hot water for tea, and of course here is a knob for the steam. Now all espresso machines will have a gauge down here, it will either be analog or digital. Generally the high end ones are all analog. Now basically what we have here on the right is our water pressure. So that should always be in the center. That will just determine if there's enough water pressure. And on the left here is the steam pressure. So you always want that in the middle as well. Now espresso machines have a knob here that you turn to power it on. Obviously 0 is off. Number 1 basically turns the machine on, but it doesn't heat up. And number 2, of course, it heats up. Now they'll always have a light, whether it's red or green, which will indicate if it's on. And on the other side here, there'll usually be another light. When this is on, it means it's heating up. When it turns off, it's ready to go. And this switch here is just for manual mode. So in the event that the digital controllers don't work, you can use that switch to manually make the espresso. Now, as for the handles themselves, you'll have what's called this one with a 2 spout, a double group handle. And the one with the single spout is a single group handle. Now, do bear in mind, the single one will have a smaller basket compared to the double spout. The way these handles work is you slide them in and then you turn it until it locks. This will pressurize it and that's what makes the espresso come out. That needs to be tight. In some cases the washers do deteriorate, so I usually get them changed once a year and that usually stops anything from happening. Now other accessories we have is a coffee tamper. So once we put our coffee grind in there, we use this to push it down. And another accessory is what we call a blind filter. Basically this has no holes in it. So at the end of the day, you take this basket off, place the blind filter in, you put this in and run the water through it. This is what washes out the actual group. So that needs to be done every day at least. If you're doing a lot of coffees, then obviously you need to do it more often. And what we have here is a grinder. Now ensure your coffee grinder is always full when you are in service. And also ensure at the end of the night it's emptied, because the coffee will start to go stale. So only ever put in the right enough of beans that you actually need. As you can see, I've only filled it up about 30% of the way here, and I'll fill that up as I need it. Don't ever just fill it up if you're not going to use it. So in regards to actually making the espresso, we'll use our single group handle, place it underneath the hopper on the rack, and we're going to click the grinder twice, and that'll give the right amount of coffee. Now, most grinders do have this tamper on them as well, but I prefer not to use those, as they sometimes go crooked. So what we'll do is we'll use our coffee tamper. So just press down, like that, knock it on the side, press down again. It should be so tight that when you flip it over, nothing comes out. Now in the event that we're using our double handle, obviously this needs more coffee. Once again, place it under the hopper. This one will click 3 times. Like so. Once again, we'll tamper it down. Just like so. Check that it's firm, and we're ready to go. So guys, considering that your machine is hot enough, we'll place the handle straight in. Make sure it's locked. And place the cup underneath. And obviously in this case it's single, so we'll press the single button. And the espresso will start to come out. And that's our shot of espresso right there. Straight away, take out the grind, and you just want to take it out like that. Now with our double group handle, place it in. Now this can be used to make 2 coffees, or you can just place 1 cup and make it extra strong. Place them underneath. We'll press the 2 copies button this time. So as you can see, we have a few beautiful espressos right there. So now we'll work on the milk. Obviously you have to work quickly, but because I'm showing you guys, it's different. So our steam one's here. Never touch it when it's hot because it does get quite hot. If you're making coffee for the first time since you've turned the machine on, you need to turn the steam one on for about 10 seconds, let all that excess steam and water come out. So guys, we'll get our milk jug and we'll fill it up with cold milk. Now never ever fill more than halfway, because if it gets too frothy it's going to start to overflow, and in some cases, like it's happened to me, it will burn you. So don't take that risk. Take your time, use a bigger jug if you have to. So to actually froth our milk, we'll get our jug, we'll put our steam on inside. We just want this part here to go into the actual milk. Just like so. And we'll turn our steamer on all the way to the end, not halfway, all the end. Just like so. Now if you're making a frothy milk, you want to ensure to constantly make that noise. That's what froths it. If you want a less frothy milk, just hold it in one place and keep it there. In this case we'll do cappuccino. I never use a thermometer, I use my hand. Just keep touching the sides. If your hand can no longer stay there, you're at the right temperature. Now surprisingly enough, this is what the professionals do as well. Right there. As you can see, that's how much the milk is frothed up. And always wipe the steam on. So what we'll do is we'll just swirl it around. If you bang it on a hard surface like that, that gets rid of all the air bubbles. Now for a cappuccino, all we do is pour it right from the bottom like that. And let all that froth just come up. There we go. We'll do it again. Just like that. Now that all the froth is out, the milk in there is quite flat. So to make a flat white, we'll pour it straight from the top. Just like that. And obviously for a cappuccino we need chocolate on that. But the flat white stays as is. So guys, that's all there is to it. So now just to show you how frothy it is, just look at that. And obviously with our flat white that has less froth, you should only have a touch of froth like that, no more. So guys, that's all there is to it. It only took me about 2 hours just to completely learn how to use an espresso machine. And everything else, it comes with practice. So eventually you can start doing the patterns on the coffees and everything else freehand. So it's more of a patience thing. Once you get the hang of it the first time, then that's it. Just keep practicing. I hope you like that, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom and I'll see you all next time.